says it's connecting. Fine. Let's double check. Let's see. There it goes. Okay, YouTube just took a minute. Hi everyone. We're gonna be getting to business here in just a second. Just gotta post Twitter's announcement really quick. Alright, coolio. Sometimes I have so many different accounts on Twitter, sometimes I forget which one I'm using, so. Anyway, so the dealio today, guys, is I have Hokoi and Zai. I'm technically done with Aros and Mao as far as like the actual drawing portion. I'm going to show you guys that really quick. They just realized I haven't shown you guys yet. So we finished this last time. Other than this like one little panel down here, I still need to do that, but that's not really super interesting to watch. It's not the fun part of things. I also got some new fonts, which I think I'm gonna like better. So Aros is basically done as far as the drawing portion goes. Mao is basically done. It's just cleaning up the actual page and then adding in all the text, which I'm not gonna do with you guys because it's spoilers. You'll see the same thing here on this particular sheet. You'll see like black blocks, and that's text that you guys technically shouldn't see. I guess I could turn that off. I was gonna leave it in because I didn't want to like forget that like there was supposed to be text there and like start moving stuff. So I think what I'll do is I'll just, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant text, dun dun, and then we'll make it just like really minimal so that it kind of like blends in, but that way I can still see it. So the main thing is I'll be working on Zai. I still have no idea what I want her face to look like. Hey Lychee, what's up? Just kind of breaking down what I'm going to be doing today. I have probably one of the hardest characters to redo, just because I have like so many different ways I've seen her in my head. And then this guy got to fix his face on these. Like, his forehead is ginormous. So I'm going to do a little fixing of things, and then like do like the cleaner art. It's like the pitch says that they can be sketches, but I feel like these can be cleaned up a little bit more. And so I'm gonna do that today. It's like my main goal today. Is just get some of this stuff cleaned up. I really didn't feel like streaming today. Really didn't feel like it. But it's my own damn fault for opening my mouth on the internet, so it's my own damn fault. And I gotta stop using I don't feel good, or I don't feel like it as a reason to not stream. Which is fine. So I'm here. How are you doing today? What are you working on? Working on the outline and figuring out a chapter length for my pizza battle manga. That's an interesting title. Yeah, how do you determine the length of such a thing? So what I do, I don't know if this will help you, But I will show you how I do things, if that will help you. Let me... I know I have it as a screenshot here somewhere, so I'm gonna have to go digging for it, but I'll show you what I use, or what I used to help set the length for God's Bane. Maybe it'll be helpful to you. It helped a lot, because I had the same problem. I wasn't sure how long I wanted God's Bane to be. And then working with my editor, we came up with this strategy, and it worked really great. And it's just helped a lot with like the writing of God's Bane in general too. Alright, sorry. It's in my screenshots folder, so I'm gonna have to go digging for it. I am so sorry. This one. Alright. Yeah, so this is what I do, and I know this looks really scary, so forgive me. Basically what I did is, I'll add in a little highlighter here to kind of help illustrate my points. Oops, that's not what I want. Multiply. Alright, so the first thing I did, was I looked at Kishotenketsu first. I set up the 4 parts. So this was like number 1. That's barely legible. Basically what I did first is I set up the 4 parts, and I created I took the story that I wanted for how, like, just whatever happened, the events, and I split them up into 4 parts. Kishotenketsu. So that's the first thing that I did. Or the first thing that we did. And then from there, we added a Harmon cycle filter, I guess you could say, where for each part of Kishotenketsu, there's 2 parts of the Harmon cycle, and what's really nice is they line up really, really well with like development and then New World and Trials, right? Like that lines up perfectly, and then the twist or surprise lines up perfectly with succeed and then punish the success. That lines up like perfectly, so this is a really good strategy to sort of like start breaking it down into smaller parts. And then once you feel comfortable with how many, like these 8 parts, well 8, 4, and 8, like respectively, then you can kind of decide like, okay, like why do I want to break this down even more? Sure, yeah, let's do that. So then after I broke that down, I took another level of Harmon cycle and I applied it to each part of Kishotenketsu, so that Kishotenketsu had its own Harmon cycle in it. And then from here I was able to actually, like, and during this part I'm actually like breaking down my manga in my script as I'm going. Hi Gothic, how you doing? Sorry, I'm doing like a quick like writing thing for manga, sorry. And what I found out is I was really comfortable, like the length that I already had for God's Bane was, I think I had 55 chapters at that time with the script that I had, so I kind of already had like an estimated length that I had planned. And then my editor basically said, well, we want this to be a multiple of 8, you know, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, because we have like, you know, we have 8 parts here, so that makes perfect sense. And so I ended up adding 9 chapters just to give me some buffer room, so that I had 64. And then from there, once you have 64, that all splits into all of this stuff really, really easily. And so from there, for me, the average chapter is 16 pages. And so then from there, I can easily look at like, okay, like what's the length going to be for each chapter, and then start basically like sorting it out. Does that make sense? So I don't know if that was confusing. So basically this gets its own Harmon cycle, and then each of these gets its own Harmon cycle. So basically I start with these 2, and then I just break it down and break it down. I hope that makes sense. It seems chaotic, but I promise there's logic to it. And after I set this up, like, I actually have an entire document. I can't show you the spoilers. I have an entire Word document where I've split this up. And if you want, I would be happy to, like, show that to you, like, offline sometime, asynchronously. I'd be happy to, like, sit down with you and explain how I do the writing process. Because it has made writing God's Bane so easy. And I'm actually going to do the same strategy for I'm going to try a silent manga audition entry So, and so I'm going to use the same method to break down, because Silent Manga Edition, you can go up to 16 pages. And when you're at 16 pages, basically each part of the Harmon cycle is 2 pages. So I'm going to use the same strategy for a shorter story. I feel like it'll be harder because I don't have... It's been a really long time since I've written a story under 50 pages, and so that's why I haven't like gone back to it. I'm going to try again. So I hope that helps. And if you want me to like have a private session with you where I can like break this down, like let me know. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm always happy to. Yeah, if you ever want to like reach out and say, hey, like Jackson, can you explain this to me more? Like just let me know. So it's a great strategy. Like my editor, editorial consultant is amazingly smart. And like when they showed this to me, it was like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? Because I like organization like this. A lot of people, like you just said, a lot of people, they don't like that organization. It feels like too stiff to them, which I completely understand. But for me, like my brain is so chaotic that it gives me like a logic to follow to like get it done. Otherwise, my brain is just like running chaotically the entire time. Hi, Lunary, how you doing? Let's see. I guess I should have drawn the little spiral first before I did that. They'll be slightly different. Oh man, I'm here streaming, getting stuff done. It'll be good, I'm sure. Weird how that one came out so curved. Oh, I was like, am I drawing on the wrong layer? No, I just accidentally duplicated it and forgot to merge afterwards. Let's see. I write out the island with themes in mind, or retroactively find themes to strengthen the story and write it with those themes in mind. When I'm organizing, highlight parts of the themes and make sure I'm dispersing them properly through the story and weaving them where I can. Or highlight where stuff like Chekhov's play the parts. Yeah, I feel that too. I don't know like how much I could share without like showing spoilers. Let me see if I have like a version that doesn't have the spoilers in it. I think I do somewhere. Chris, when I had a version that didn't have all the spoilers in it. It might, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be on my phone. Which makes me sad. Okay, no, this one will work, I think. So, to kind of explain the way that I set this up, is I have, like I just mentioned, I have the Kishoten kits, right? So I have, this is the Kishoten kits level, and then this is the Harmon cycle number 1, the Harmon cycle number 2, and then Harmon cycle number 3. That was kind of showing you guys earlier with this. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 3 here. What I do is I have this here, so this is volume 1, like there's a tab here, and this tab is for all of volume 1. Volume 1 technically stops here. So this is volume 1, this is volume 2, but I like to know where volume 2 is going to go while I'm writing, so that's why I can see like what volume 1 and volume 2 are going to look like. So this is volume number 1, and then this is number 2. And then what I do is this is the page level. So essentially what I do is you can see here how I've set it up so that each part of the Harmon cycle, so basically like each chapter becomes one part of the Harmon cycle, and then once I break this down even further, every 2 pages becomes one part of the Harmon cycle. This way, no matter where I am in the writing experience, like I know like exactly where the story is going to go on each page. Like I know what the goal of that specific page is, if that makes any sense. So, and then if I need to, because I'm only ending with 16 pages, if I need 4 extra pages, I have them. But if I can, I try to keep it at 16 when I do like my initial like script, and then from this version I go to a formal script where it's like, you know, page 1, you know, panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, blah blah blah, and then and then like page 2, panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, blah blah blah. So I start all the way at the macro level, work my way down, and then slowly work down to the panel level by just and when I get to the panel level, I switch back to Kishoten kits, like thinking in sets of 4, because you have things like Hikigoma, Mekurigoma, Misegoma, like you have all of those different panel types that you have to think about when you're making the page. And so it's easier to think about it in like 4 chunks. I don't know if I can explain this, but I'm going to try my best. So like, make a new layer here. So, fill with white, new layer. Alright, so when I have a page, so like here's my 2-page spread, right? Yeah, well I'm going to do this for everyone else. So kind of the way that I look at this is I have 4 sections on my page. You know, I have a highlight here, I have a highlight here, right? So this panel is Mekurigoma, because it's like the, I forget Mekurigoma. I forget what, like I call it the reveal panel. That's not the technical word for it. And then this one is Hikigoma. I can't write today. I'm just gonna rewrite this word. Hikigoma, Mekurigoma. And then somewhere in here, one of these panels, I'll put Misegoma. This is kind of roughly the strategy that I'll use. So I see my pages as 4 sections. Because it's very, very rare that you have your page only split vertically. So for example, you could have a page that's only split by like 3 vertical panels or something. So like you could theoretically have a page like this, in which case it'd be the same. This would be that leading one, and then one of these would be the Misegoma. You know, but this is the way that I look at it, is you should have, like, you're always going to have your Mekurigoma, you're always going to have your Hikigoma, which Mekurigoma is, like, the first panel that you see after the page turn, and then Hikigoma is the panel that's leading off, like, you know, Hikigoma, if you guys know your Japanese. I'm pretty sure it's this, something like that. I'm probably getting it wrong, don't hate me. I'm still learning my kanji. But the idea is you're leading someone off the page, and as a reader goes through the reading experience, they're basically doing this, more or less. You know, you could have like a double S curve or something, but the idea is you want to guide people through the page, and typically you only have one Misegoma. I marked 2 because those are one of the 2. I put them in like one of these 2 places is where the Hikigoma goes, one of them. So there's really only like 1 Misegoma per 2-page spread. If you want to get super technical, like, you could say there's 1 Misegoma per page, but I feel like that's a little too extreme. So I simplified and I just look at everything as a 2-page spread. That's why, like, when I draw my manga, I draw everything in a 2-page spread, because I want to think of, like, once I get it printed, like, what's it going to look like with the 2 pages next to each other, because that matters a lot, right? So when I plan my pages, I do that. Why just tell you when I can show you? Not that I have a ton of files open already. You know, talk is cheap. Let's see. I want this page open. This one works. So like, okay, sorry. Give Clip Studio a second. Alright, so here's an example, right, fam? So here's an example. Let me turn this on, just so it's ever so slightly transparent. We have our reveal. So on the previous page, going in here, let me make this bigger. So we're leading in, right? So on the previous page, Aros had said, oh, like these sparrows that are around, like they are, like they're Rin's sparrows. And then we get just a rough idea of who Rin is. We get that reveal of saying, this is what this character looks like. Here's like a rough idea, right? She leads us back down. This is really important. This is important because it shows movement. The characters are walking away, but it's not the most important panel. It's just the biggest one. Technically, usually the biggest panel is your Misegoma. I wanted to have a nice big establishing shot to show where everybody was. This is really the first one. That's why I made it big. It's not technically my Misegoma. So this is my Mekuri. So then the stairs lead up. Aros is like screaming at the guy, like, I'll get your funeral ready for you. And then he's like, no, wait, stop. And then boom, he looks up. There she is. It's the same silhouette as this character over here. And so it's also leading you off the page. This is a good Hikigoma. For me, this is my, like, this could be considered Misegoma because it provides the most information. But in this sense, I like to think of this as my Misegoma because, oh my gosh, like this character we were just talking about, oh my god, it's there. Like, it's there. What's gonna happen next? Like, you know, I consider this to be like one of the more important panels, kind of, so they're both kind of important in different ways. So that's kind of how I planned out this page, is I wanted to show like the huge change in his expression and then actually have him like have this character that they were just talking about that's supposedly so bad show up and then lead us into the next page. So like that's an example of like how I plan out a page. You know, like I wanted to have a setup, you know, go through the action, you know, make sure the art itself leads you into the next page. You know, this points down, but also, like, this will be, like, darker, so it'll look like there's this darkness sitting over top of him. you know, it envelops him here, and then he looks up, and this is all going to be in shadow. All of this will be, because it'll just be silhouettes. He'll be the only really, like, light thing in there. So, it's all about how you set up your page, you know. But, like, for me, this is Kishoten Kits. So, I don't know. But I also, like, used fewer panels here, because it's a slower moment. And then from here, it'll speed up. Like, but I'm still on my rough page. This is page 3, and this is page 4. So, ignore the numbers at the top. They include my, my exterior pages. So you can't count those. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But yeah, like, I have a solid, like, strategy that I use for this kind of stuff. It's been really helping, like, to get everything, like, written faster, so, yeah. That's really cool, though, like, you really clearly put in a lot of thought to it. And all of those panels that I just talked about, the Mekurigoma, Hikigoma, Misegoma, and then other panel types, like Naname Goma, Masku Goma, and Mak Goma. All of those I'll be talking about in my next, like, long form content video, like my standard video. Each, like, some of them are based on, like, their shapes, and are based on their purpose. Like, each one of those different panel types, like, has a specific purpose what you would use them for. And, like, understanding how to use those to, like, your advantage is definitely really important. Not in a, like, make or break you kind of way. Well, I guess kind of, sort of. But, like, if you get them wrong every once in a while, or, like, you don't exactly have all of those every time, you'll be fine. Just realized I left my music player on repeat. To be fair, that was a pretty song. I was vibing. Yeah, sometimes I'm worried I sound crazy when I talk about that stuff, because, like, sometimes other writers look at me and they go, that's weird, okay. So, sometimes I worry. Alright, I'm gonna draw this, and then I'll move it, because I feel like that is too much hair. Okay, let's move this down. I actually want to move this down. Ah! There you go. Now that's a little more logically placed. Oh, that's not even. Just realized that. let's try a polyline just so I can keep it straight. Whoops. I think designing this was one of the harder things I've done. Try so it's not level. Okay, let's see. So, what goals do you guys have for this week? Did anyone else get the day off today? Hey, Midori, what's up? My goal is to get pizza manga rolling. You could say it's a pizza roll. Yo, pizza rolls sound really good right now, I'm not gonna lie. How you doing, Midori? What's up? Want to make some art? Yeah, same. I have to get this done this week. Like, if I have to, like, not sleep, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I never like going that far, but that might be what I have to do. Never a fun step for me to have to take, but... The self-promotion of my work is not... Oh, it never is! It's not fun for me, but I still make a lot of time to do it. So, it's not fun for me, but I know I need to do it, so like I make time for it every week. That's what I did yesterday. Or, oh my gosh, it's already Monday. Like, that's what I did on Saturday, is I made some time for setting up all my promotion stuff. Let's see. I just want to make art and comfortable, get commissions going. Well, good luck with commissions. I hope they go well for you. I have to get this pitch done. I have so much to do still. I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages of character work I have to finish. And then I still have all of my my 5 first pages that I have to do too. R.A.P. Oh, whoa, he's got too many joints on that finger. What's logic? There's no logic here. I'm sure he would only appreciate having extra fingers. I need to remind myself that it's just a sketch and I don't have to get all crazy about it. Look at his, like, innocent face. This poor kid goes through so much stuff. He goes through so much stuff. Help me! She's gonna make me suffer! I'm gonna leave it on just so that they can like see like how it sits on his head when I throw in my coloring or my shading, so dun-dun. Making an anime? Oh, that's easy. Definitely not very difficult. Why? Why didn't you have it done last week? My goodness. Okay. Sorry, I got a text from my family. Do. Yep. Stop overdoing it, cat. It's just a sketch. It's just a sketch. You don't have to detail so much of it. Why must I torture myself like this? Like, of course it's a lot of work. We have to make sure it looks good. Not like there's really important people that's going to be looking at it. I kind of try to make myself feel better remembering, like, how the original Naruto designs looked. And, like, it doesn't have to be final or anything. I can, like, stop worrying about it. Also, I hate drawing shoes. Like, what the fuck are shoes? I only have 3 pairs of shoes, you guys. I don't have a lot to study from. I'm gonna get rid of this detail. Who cares? Who cares how many beads are on the wrist? Nobody cares. I don't know why I skipped ahead. Yeah, I skipped ahead as if I was done with this one already. Hope you guys don't mind just the vibing today. vibes are good. I will accept that. Thank you. Oh my god, look at this freaking clown shoe right here. Look at this. I just realized how big this shoe was. You know, that's a vibe today. Just everything being too big for your own good. Just, that's the vibe today. I'm like trying to laugh, but it's a frustrating day today. Miso, you're picking a bad time to come over here, hon. What? Are you gonna say hi to everybody? At least? Is it time for a short break? And my pencil. Thank you for pushing my pencil off the ledge, Miso. That was appreciated. Typical cat, just pushing stuff off the ledge. That was my pencil, you turd. What? Now you have to entertain the people because you pushed my pencil away. What was that for, Miso? Huh? What was that for? What was the purpose of that? Where? Where? See? She's like, you can't draw if you don't have a pen. Bucket? Turd bucket. How am I supposed to draw without my pen? Sorry, I'm giving her the aforementioned desired attention while I try to figure out where my pen is in my dark room because I haven't turned any lights on yet. There we go. Where is my pen? Where did it go? Oh, I can reach that. I can totally reach that. There we go. Miso! Alright, you guys, Miso, she gets 2 minutes. I take a 2-minute break. I know it's already been 3 minutes, so that's why I'm gonna take only 2 more minutes. Two-minute break. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the cat that just decided to interrupt and like throw herself in the middle of things. If you guys haven't seen my cat yet. This is my adorable cat, Miso. She's a little booger sometimes. Yeah, that's her name. Her name is Miso, like the soup. Miso, like the soup. She just decided to throw herself in here. What, Miso? Are you hungry? Is that what this is about? Are you hungry? Do you desire more food? What time is it? Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock, yeah. So after 8, you probably are hungry again. Alright, I'll feed you. I'm gonna go feed the beast. She is cute. She's really cute. Let's see, file. I'm gonna show you guys another one. I'll put up another photo while I go get something to eat, or will I go get her something to eat? Look at this cat. She's so fluffy. She's a pest though. She wants food. Miso, stop bugging that thing. All right, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go get her some food. Miso. All right, come here. I'm crazy. Come here, Miso. Clean this out really quick for you. I'm running the dishwasher tonight. Oh, does that smell good? Yeah? Does that smell good? Closet bit in my clothes. Come here, Miso. Come on. There you go, babe. Sorry, guys. The beast has been sated. Or will soon be. Okay, now I can get back for it. Yeah, Miso has a habit of just like coming up on my desk whenever she wants and like demanding I do something or like knocking my stuff off until I pay attention to her. Sorry, guys. She's a little stinker. Why is my hand not working when I do that? Hands having trouble today. It's really sore. I really messed up my the elbow in my drawing arm when I was working on Onami a couple years ago. And I ended up dislocating my I think it was my radius. I think I ended up dislocating it from my elbow a couple times. I think 3 times in the span of about 4 months. And the last time I did it, I didn't go to the doctor for 3 days because I didn't want to incur the bills, for one. And 2, I didn't want to stop drawing because I was working on Onami for the Tezuka Shonen Jump Tezuka contest. So I was trying not to stop drawing. And so now my arm occasionally gives me trouble. Especially when it's humid or like it's gonna rain. I really like this song. I want to move it over to my moon themes. Was that good, Miso? Was that good? Good dinner? You know what, this song, it gives me Wolf's Rain vibes. I think that's why I like it so much. It very much reminds me of Wolf's Rain. I'll turn it up for you guys. Just vibe to this. Are you guys the type of people that can listen to the same song in a row? Because I most definitely am. Oh, which one? I love Ado. Which one? I have a funny story about her song Usewa. And I know what it means, I'm just being a butt. And someone go, do you know what she sang in that song? Absolutely, and that's why I listen to it. They've come up with a couple new ones lately. I need to listen to some of the newer ones. Was Tolt Musica from One Piece? Oh, yeah, I definitely haven't heard that one because I've not watched One Piece. And I don't watch One Piece. That's definitely not one I've heard before, I'm sure. I'm just saying I've not been exposed to it yet. That's all I meant by it. It might be one of the songs that's on my list to listen to, which is possible. I'm like really bad at actually checking that list. That's good to know that it's good. Even like out of context. It's always like relief to hear. I think those are the better anime songs when you can like listen to them and like not need the context of the show for it to work. Oh, what did I do to his arm? Oh my goodness. What did I do to it? Alright, here's his hands. Here's his wrist. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, the length is right. It just, I think it's because it's not straight. It's not a proper, oh, it's not a proper T-pose. I mean, it is a proper T-pose, but I have him tilted so it doesn't look like a proper T-pose. Alright, let me level that out. Okay, so I'll draw it and then I'll fix it. I'll move his arm up a bit. I was wondering why this would look so weird. It's because his arm is down slightly. I need to raise his elbow a bit. Still feel like it's not right. Let me try it. Sometimes drawing it from a different angle helps. Let me actually put in this arm, because that'll probably help. Alright, let me find his neck. Here's his shoulder. Let me get rid of this. Alright, here's his shoulder. Here's where his skulls would be. There's that. This comes out this way. Now let me adjust the muscles in here. This one, up. Okay, now I'll temporarily turn that off. This red so I can see it. Yeah, there's also part of the problem. Fuck. This should not be bent that way. It should be this way. Alright, that happens on this side. So this side is the flat side. This side is the side that goes down. Like part of it is also this is too long. Here's the other one. Alright, now let's get this drawn properly. person that finds it impossible to draw with multiple layers on. Drives me crazy because I can never remember which layer I'm on. I mean, I can draw the multiple layers on, but it just drives me crazy. I'm always needing to merge my layers after I make them. Why does this look worse than before? Can you guys hear that? Please tell me you guys can hear that. That, like, noise that sounds like someone's, like, hitting at something. It was like, butter, 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 butter. Did you guys hear that? If you did, that was Miso. She was playing with her box. How can I draw one so well and then one not? That's okay. You know what? It's not, doesn't have to be perfect. That was Miso. She has an old Tito's box that I kept. So it's like an alcohol box. An old Tito's box. And one of the things she likes to do is she likes to sit in the box and paw at it, which is adorable. Man, I want a pizza right now, but I don't want. I think the only people that make gluten-free pizzas are already closed. I think I'm SOL this time. Sorry? What? What are you sorry about? Oh no, I was thinking about like miso in the no, you're fine. I was thinking about miso and sorry. You're good. You're fine. I'm lazy and I don't want to cook. And I don't keep frozen meals in the house because a lot of them aren't gluten-free, and I mostly eat whole things. Like frozen meals are kind of rare for me now. Other than like meat that I'll have frozen, or like vegetables I'll have frozen. Sorry, it's auto-saving. And I'm just trying to think of like what I want to eat, because I technically have to start another stream at 10, so in another hour. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to just end this one early because I started late, or do I want to like just keep going and just not bother having dinner? I'm not hungry though. I have so much artwork I have to get done. See, look, in an hour, I've only gotten this much inking done. That's really pathetic. So slow. Like, and they're not even nice drawings. It's probably like the biggest insecurity that I have is I am slower. Yeah, sometimes like I punish myself by being like, because I'm slow, like I'll like punish myself by like not eating because I have too much like stuff to do. You know what I mean? It's a really bad habit, but it's a thing that I do. Plus, like, when you're gluten-free and you have so many intolerances, like food just becomes a big chore. You know what I mean? Like, I can't have wheat, rye, oats, barley, peppers, eggplants, tomatoes, potatoes, garlic, mangoes, apples, cherries, and a few other onions. So, like, I can't have any of those things. And so, for me, like, making food is... Nico's playing in her box. So cute watching her box, like, shake. It's really cute. I don't know. I feel like I need to be faster, so I just skip food, I guess, because I need to be faster. That's a really bad hand. I'm like trying to cut corners and it's just making it look like crap. use my own hand as an example because my hand's too fat. I can't even use my own hand as an example, which is incredibly frustrating. His thumb would be about here. Right there. To here. I had someone tell me once that the pose I was using for Rin was wrong. They're like, her grip is wrong. And I'm like, it's Mongolian grip. Which is what I use. Some people just don't know any better, I guess. They aren't exposed to it. You know, I can't really fault them for that if they just don't know. But yeah, sometimes it's frustrating where it's like, do you think I don't know anything about archery? I only did it for like a lot of years. And like my cousins who helped me were professional archers. Like, you know, Some people just don't know. Now, is what I drew accurate? I don't know. It's what I remember. I should probably have formal references, and I do. I have an entire folder of it, but I just haven't looked at it in a while. That's why I was struggling to draw the hand. Sometimes I just don't care, and I just do what I want. Like, and if I remember correctly, I believe it's also used in Q though. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, exactly. I've had that like 4 or 5 times today. Like, and I'm like at my emotional rope with like some things. That's why I almost didn't stream today. That's why I was late. I was like, my patience is so limited right now. You know, like in multiple places where like my knowledge has been questioned, like, and it's like, guys. And that's me like every day sometimes, like especially because I make manga. I get a lot of people questioning like my knowledge and my skills, and it's like, well, look, I'm no like Shonen Jump mangaka or anything, but like I've not been doing this since yesterday either. Like, I'm not a complete newbie. But there are just people who just, for whatever reason, if you're not freaking Oda himself, you don't know anything. Or if you're not Kubo, or if you're not, like, insert other famous mangaka, such as, like, people at Saturday. Like, if you're not one of those people that are famous, or whatever, like, you don't know anything. And, like, I'm no white, but I feel like I have knowledge to share, too. And sometimes, like, that imposter syndrome gets to me, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not published. I'm not famous. It's not the word I'm looking for. Like, I'm not well known enough by people, you know what I mean? Hi, Twan, what's up? So I live stream, I just went to school, so I can't watch. That's okay, that's okay. The video will be up later, so your English is definitely getting better. Good job. I feel like the more you come here, the better your English is getting, so keep up the good work, Tuan. Keep studying. That's a bad tangent. Tangents, man! Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Can't have that. Okay, here's the knuckle. 1, 2. I feel like this would bend in a bit more. Little mushrooms. Probably just like casually leaps over it like it's nothing. Alright, well we got the basic set in. You know, I think they're definitely a lot cleaner than they were before. I still have to do this one here on the right, and then I still have to do this big one here. This dragon here is one of Hawkwide's ancestors. So, pretty neat, pretty nifty. I think they turn into dragons and they can control like the thunder, like the skies and thunder and stuff. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to throw in one of his ancestors because it's like relevant to his story. So I thought that'd be fun. So these two will probably be what I work on in the other stream, and then I'll probably get to work on this character. I'm sorry I didn't get to work on it today. But I'll definitely be working on, which is what the thumbnail was this character. I was hoping to get to this character today, but I spent a little too long like nitpicking on these, so I mean that's not bad for an hour and a half, I think. Getting these 4 lines really quick. So yeah. And I'm gonna go take a break, I'm gonna get something to eat. I'll probably just make a quick salad or something, just so that I have something. I do like me some salads. So I guess I have some chicken breasts I could cook up and have a salad with. That would be something easy to cook, so. Alright guys, thank you so much for stopping by. If you wanted to see what I worked on, here's what I worked on today. I worked on getting these inked, well, inked / like cleaner sketch. And I'll be working on this one in my next stream, and I'll be working on this one in my next stream, which will be later tonight in about 30 minutes, about 45 minutes-ish. So I'll see you guys in about 30-45 minutes for the second stream for Quack, which is the Quasar Art Collective. It's like that group of comic artists that I hang out with. So we'll be streaming later tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to get all of these done. I've already got these 2 done, the tigers. I already have their sketches done. I thought about changing this character's design. I'm gonna see what everyone else says. So yeah, I was hoping to have the entire thing done, like all of this. Like, let me show you guys how much work there is left to do. I was hoping to have all of this stuff done, but that didn't happen. So it is what it is. We'll see what I get done, and if I have to pull an all-nighter tonight, I might do that. Like, if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. So, it's what it is. So, see you guys later. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.